Mark Avery, Let's Burn the Mona Lisa.
Everyone, that was the best introduction I've ever had. I mean, that was a beauty. Can everyone please thank that's one of the best Toastmasters introductions I've ever seen. And also, do I know you? Well, of course I do, you bunch of ratbags. Do you remember the story of the Emperor's New Clothes? A naked king gets conned into believing that he's wearing a beautiful set of clothes that everyone can see but him. Even his courtiers and the peasants get conned as well, except for one little boy who puts up his hand to speak the truth. But the king's not wearing any clothes. Now, if you buy a street directory for $30, in 10 years it's worth nothing. In 100 years it's collectible. In 1,000 years it's an archaeological antiquity. And in 2,000 years it's a sacred religious document. But it's just a street directory. We tend to value an item if it's old and if it's rare. Consider the Mona Lisa, 500 years old. But it's faded, it's cracked. It has 4 coats of varnish. If Da Vinci could see it today, he'd say, why hang that painting up? That's nothing like the painting I intended you to see. But his intentions don't matter to us. We value it because it's old, it's rare, it's a Da Vinci. We have that street directory mentality. If we were really, truly serious about appreciating Da Vinci's genius, we would make a replica indistinguishable from the fresh one he painted 500 years ago, with the colours jumping off the canvas. We know the paints he used, we know the colours he used, and we have the skill to do it. Now, you might argue it wouldn't be a perfect replica, but that replica would still far more accurately express Da Vinci's intentions and genius than the crusty old one we have now. So why don't we? Why don't we make a replica of how it used to look, of how it should look, so that we can see what Da Vinci wanted us to see? Well, as I've said, we had that street directory mentality. So, excuse me. I'll come to the important bit. The important bit is we have to let it go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is over. Like Miss Havisham's wedding dress and wedding cake. The days of the Mona Lisa have come and gone. It's time to let it go, and the best way to let it go is to burn it. You might think I'm joking, but I'm not. Now you might say, so no, you can't burn it. That's a masterpiece, it's a Da Vinci. I mean, when Da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa, he didn't just use paints and canvas, he used his humanity. Mark, we can't burn the Mona Lisa. When Da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa, our soul grew. You might argue that, and you're probably right. But it's over. It's no longer a work of art. It's time to move on. We need to let it go. It used to be art. It used to be a masterpiece. Not now. But of course, the art galleries, the big art galleries, won't agree with me. But they're not really art galleries. They're investment houses. I went to the administration floor of the New South Wales Art Gallery and I asked a high-ranking staff member, how do you choose which paintings to buy? What criteria do you use? She told me that the gallery will buy a painting if it has been painted by a famous artist. So I said, if I came in with Jackson Pollock's Blue Poles, but you didn't recognise us as Jackson Pollock, and I said to you that I'd painted in my garage, you'd refuse to buy it, would you? And she said, well, yes, if you're not a famous artist, we'd refuse to buy it. There you go. An art gallery will not buy a painting if it thinks it will touch your heart and enrich your soul. But it will buy a painting if it will add prestige to the gallery and can one day be sold for a profit. That's why we find in our gallery the canvas painted just black. Now, a black canvas doesn't do anything for us, but it's painted by a famous artist and it's worth a lot of money. Art galleries buy paintings because they're collectible. They have that street trick mentality. Have you ever gone into a gallery and seen just a few lines or a few scribbles? A work that seems to be unfinished? Well, the artist Norman Lindsay used to give his dud drawings to the gardener to burn. But the gardener had a few brains and kept those drawings. And when Norman Lindsay died, that gardener sold those drawings for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some of those drawings ended up in art galleries. A lot of rejected and unfinished work ends up in art galleries. Now, the question must be asked, if it's not good enough for the artist, why is it good enough for us? In short, art galleries present to us decrepit work like the Mona Lisa because it's a collectible. They present to us rubbish like black canvases because it's collectible. They present to us rejected, unfinished work to us because it's uncollectible. But when we go to an art gallery, shouldn't have to endure decrepit paintings past their use-by date. We shouldn't have to endure black canvases. We should not have to endure work that has been rejected by the artist. When we go to a gallery, we don't go there to appreciate the paintings or the sculptures. We go there to appreciate us. We go to an art gallery to appreciate our humanity. We want to experience a work that will touch our heart and will enrich our soul. But galleries don't seem to know that. They don't seem to think that they have to exhibit work that represents our humanity. That's what they should be doing. And frankly, collectibles just don't cut it. Our values have been corrupted by superb marketing. We have been corrupted by superb marketing. When we gaze upon a faded, jaded, cracked Mona Lisa with 4 coats of varnish behind green-tinted glass and marvel at its beauty, we need to look again. We need, each and every one of us, to be that little boy who would not be fooled, who would not be lied to, put up his hand to speak the truth. Madam Toastmaster. Thank you.